I have to believe it. It's too funny. It's too funny. Okay. Live from the backseat. I like that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live from the Backseat. It's your girl, Simone. Today I have Travis again from the sex episode.
Hey everybody, it's Travis, dark skin Jermaine. Follow me on Instagram. It's Sir Sinclair, SINCLAIRR. Well, that's just Sinclair, for real. But you know, it's the Sir in the front of it, SIR as well. And mixtape is still out. Wow. Link in my bio, click that joint, listen to Stripper of the Year. Listen to that one first.
Okay, and then we are also joined by his absolutely lovely, phenomenal, wonderful, talented, beautiful Imani. She's so good, guys. Oh my god, I'm really excited for this because, like, if you guys know me, I'm like kind of a creeper on like the internet. Literally, I like found her page from yours, from like the last episode, and then I was just like, I saw her art and I was like, oh my god. And then I just followed her, and then I just be on there like looking at it. Oh my gosh! So then I texted him like, "Yo." So that's how this came about, and I'm really excited for it because
this is all true. She texted me like, "Oh my god, your girlfriend's so beautiful and amazing. I love her art. I'm low key crushing." I'm just like, yo.
Make the introduction.
I'm about to say, you can definitely talk to her. Like, we friends. We don't.
So you know, I'm
really friend with him. You're friend with me.
Yay! So yeah, I'm really excited for this because today we're basically gonna. I mean, other than one, I do want to talk about your art because I just think it's really beautiful and empowering, and like you make.
I'm glad you get that vibe from it.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. Okay.
I was really like, ooh, that's why I liked it. I was like, this is real. This is some bad bitch shit. I mean,
that energy.
Yeah. So I was really into it. So I do want to touch on that. And then also because, you know, I do have the pleasure of having a couple here.
Yeah.
And you guys know it's cupping season still, and I'm really obsessed with, like, dating topics.
Okay.
And one of my favorite shows is the Black Love documentary. It's on Oprah's channel.
Never watched it.
You gotta
Never
be
watched
for
that
it
yet.
now.
Oh, that's...
Not like for it, but like you gotta be subscribed to her, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
There's too many subscriptions.
I know.
I can't keep up with
But
all
on
of them.
Amazon Prime, they have it.
Do they? I have Amazon Prime.
Yes, she does.
Okay.
That's how I got it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that
share all
shipping, that
passwords.
immediate
It's
shipping.
really good. Yeah, no. So
can't
they
miss it.
have it on there, but I love that show, and it's basically like where they interview Black married couples.
Okay.
And they ask them about like marriage and love and
That sounds
just
like stuff you watch.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Right?
it's
definitely
a
wanna check that out.
super informative and like powerful show in my opinion.
Really?
Because like representation really matters.
Yes, it does.
So like for in my own life, for example, like I don't really have a like my family is really like we have a lot of beautiful interracial love in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in my world, there's no like kind of really quick tangible example of like Black love that I can like pull from in my own life of like this is Black love and like these people have been together for like 30, you know, like 40 years.
Yeah.
I have a lot of that, but like in another sense, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So for me, the show was like super interesting in the fact that it's like I can look into something that like I know intellectually exists, but like
you don't really get to see.
I technically don't have any like personal example I could pull on for you to be like, if somebody was like, why do you believe that this exists? And I don't have an example to be like, well, because like in my experience or in my life, like X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it was like, that's kind of why I was drawn to it, and I like started watching it obsessively.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But also because it's just like super real, right? So I really love that show. And then it kind of like, I think I kind of wanted to do this before that show, but like, because I've always been interested in dating topics, but like, just talking to couples about, you know what I'm saying? Because dating's such a it's a weird thing in our generation. I don't even know how else to say
It's
it.
The rules have
expanding. I'm about to
changed.
say, I feel like it's just expanding. It's opening up to new options, new combinations, new everything.
Everything's
That's
evolving.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to think
Yeah,
about.
and I think things are gonna change
That way.
again.
Yeah.
Like soon.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But like the fact that like anything that means anything needs to change at some point. It
Mhm.
needs to grow and
Mhm.
revamp. So like to expand love and what that means to everybody, like I think that's necessary.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting way of looking at it. Because it's true, when things are growing, like, there's this period of, like, confusion and unrest.
Yeah,
and
you
not,
gotta
like,
shed that.
rules are shifting. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that would make sense why everything's so confusing.
Yeah, right now
Yeah,
we're in the
exactly.
period of shedding, and
Yeah.
we're like
Yeah.
trying to rediscover it.
Yeah, it takes you out of your comfort zone. It puts you in a whole different place. So
Yeah.
it's like you gotta just go with the flow, really, and just evolve with it,
Yeah.
or else you won't grow.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah.
So we started off very deep, guys. Okay, I do want to start with how did you guys meet and how long have you guys been together?
We've been together. It's gonna be 3 years in February. Yeah,
Right? It's gonna be 3 years.
3 years.
It doesn't seem like it. I feel like I just met him like the other day.
I know. We actually met through a friend. My man's AJ put us on. He kept
He
texting
was
both of us.
insistent. Like I was in a place. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, yo, like I don't want to talk to anybody right now. Like, no, thank you. Stop telling me about this dude. Like, I'm not interested. He wasn't hearing it. He was like, no, y'all are really alike. Y'all would get along really well, whatever. And he kept for months. Like 2017, all I heard was Travis. Then, what was your
This is
side?
true. My side was worse. He was like, you ain't text her yet? Oh, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch. Like, just texting me that. I'm like, son, it's like calling me. Like, yo, hit her up, son. She's just like you, blah, 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 da, 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 da. I'm like, bruh, I don't even like put-ons, for real. It feels forced. It's fake. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Meet up with you? Yeah.
Or a good match. Usually it's your friends just like, you're single. Yeah, look, you guys have sex, I don't know.
It's like, yeah, and it's like, you my mans, but you don't know me in that way. Like, what I'm like. Right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did, though. That was perfect. Oh my God. I was
blows me to this day.
off the
That
first
he was
date.
so
I was
fucking
like,
right.
yo, this is it.
And
Yeah,
me
he
off
was
the
right.
first date, I was like,
How long did it take for us to actually text each other? Like 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, because he
He's
had been
hitting me up
telling
for
us
like 4 months.
like maybe November 2017, he started hitting us up, talking about it. Then by January, you started texting me. And
I waited till after the new year. I was like, my resolution, I'm going to text this girl for AJ. He'll leave me alone.
But yeah, so it was real smooth conversation. Like, we really connected. And we weren't, like, it wasn't small talk. Like, we were talking about everything. Just right off the bat. And I wasn't living in Maryland at the time. I was living in Pennsylvania. But I have family here. So I would come down for, like, a little period, and then I would go back. So every time, kept missing them. And then finally, yeah, I decided to move here, not for him, for myself, but I got a job in DC, and so I was like, it's time. So I moved to Maryland, and then we stayed connected, and we had our first date. I wasn't sold yet, but then he called me, and he was like, I'm not here to play games. I'm really serious about this.
We talked about this in the last episode. He was like, you gotta let him know.
And that's what sold me. I was like, excuse me?
It works, guys out there. Let them know straight up, bro.
It did.
They love when you
are assertive and you
want.
tell me exactly what you want.
Like, yes.
I really thought it could just be like some game shit. I was like, okay, I mean, you're cool and we connect, but like, And so he called me and he said that, and I was like, okay. Mental note. I was like, bet. Bet. And then we've been connecting ever since.
So that's pretty much it for real.
That's so beautiful. Okay. Wow. That's so good. Well, okay. So, that's okay. So you guys were hooked up by a friend, which
Yes.
is like that's kind of more traditional, which I like. You know what I mean? It's like
we weren't too bad.
Oh
We weren't too bad.
That is, I feel like that's so rare. It rarely works.
it does rarely work.
Yeah.
It's traditional, and traditionally it usually doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But it worked this time.
But it
For
worked.
real.
Like he just saw the connection. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
It's
But
crazy.
lo and behold, I
Crazy
have
how it works like that though.
Yeah.
But hey.
okay, so you guys have seemed to be like pretty successful in your relationship. I mean, you guys are like a happy, healthy couple. And a lot of people in our generation tend to say that, or like feel like that's, you know, out of reach for them, right? Like that's not a possibility. Why do you feel people in our generation feel that like we can't do relationships, and like what would you recommend against that, like to answer, because clearly it is doable,
Yeah.
but I know there's a large population of people who are like, this generation just isn't built for relationships, and I'm like, is that really so, or is it just you?
Facts. I get it.
I mean,
It's you have to want it for real.
yeah.
Yeah, like if you're not ready for it, then a lot of people are still learning themselves and still want to try to experiment, and people still want to figure themselves out, and they think that they're ready for it, and then when they get in, they find out that they're not. But like, unless you're all 100% in, and your partner is the same way, and you guys are on the same page, then I feel like that's what the issue can really be.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's not necessarily a problem for people to be that way. Like, it's okay to be single and experiencing yourself and figuring that all out. But I also think it's possible to learn yourself within a relationship. It's hard as fuck.
It's hard.
It's work.
It's hard.
Work. Our relationship
It's
wasn't
hard.
like easy.
Oh,
it wasn't,
heck no.
you know, like
It's
we
not-
have our ups and downs.
Bro,
So.
but it's about, like, making those conversations necessary. Like, my
Yeah.
family always told me, don't go to bed angry. So it's like, that means that no matter how freaking pissed we are,
We have to talk
we
it
get
out before we go to
pissed.
bed.
We try to make that connection. We try to at least just level with each other. At least him say his point of view, I say my point of view. We can marinate on that as we sleep, and then wake up, and then it's like, can we see the other person's side? Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I had to learn that. That's one thing that this relationship really taught me. Is that like when we would discuss something, she would talk to me, and she would give me her points and her views on something, and the entire time I'm hearing her, but I'm not like listening.
Yeah.
I'm cause I already have something
Right, you're waiting
to respond with. I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to wrap this up so I can get my point across. Cause you need to hear this. But no, you can't do that. You have to listen to her.
Yes.
Listen to her, and then hear what she says. Let that marinate. Then respond, and then have her listen to you. And let that marinate. Like
it is equal. I do have to listen to him just as much and pay attention to what he's saying. And he has called me out for it.
I've been worse with it because I'm always like, okay, yeah, but so yeah, but like
I'm
once
a
you,
yeah, but person. I feel you, but
yeah. You know the but coming.
But see, where does that end though? We gotta find solutions.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if
It's
we're
like,
really
did you hear
about
anything I
this.
said before? After that, like all you did was respond to that one thing.
it's like, no, I heard all that. And I
Yeah.
account, but it's unimportant.
Yeah, it's like.
It's what comes after this.
Yeah. It's like, okay, that's true. Got you. All right. Hold on to that.
Hold on to that.
Yeah. And it gets nowhere.
Y'all can't grow from that. So like, that's what it became. And I kept bringing it up to him. I was like, do we want to keep this up or do we want solutions?
Right.
And I feel like that's what's both pushed us to grow with each other and outside of ourselves as well, like outside of this connection as well.
Right.
I wanted to ask one thing. You said something about like being ready, right? And I kind of wanted to touch on like how did you guys know when you were ready, right? Because I think a lot of times, people use readiness as like an excuse or an excuse to not be held accountable more than anything. And one thing I've learned is that readiness is really just like my willingness to put in effort, right? Like,
Right.
So
Yeah,
readiness isn't
that's
really
what
a
it
thing.
is, really.
It's not really a thing. It's just like, am I willing to expend effort here or not? Like, that depends on how ready I'm gonna be, right? Like, how is it a priority at that time to expend effort in that sense?
Right. I think that you're right. That really is, like, readiness is willingness. That's a better word for it. Are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to make the sacrifices, compromise? Relationship is all about
how did you know you were like willing? Like, was it like a thing that like you met each other and that's how you knew you were willing, or you kind of before you met each other were already in a space where you like in the back of your mind were like, you know, I could be willing. Like, how did that kind of work?
I know I wasn't. I didn't know. Like, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't even prepared to have the conversations with them. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't have all my ish together. I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it to Maryland.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm putting this energy in a relationship, and I'm not really the long distance. Like, that doesn't work for me. So I was like, why am I doing this? But I think at the beginning of our relationship, we had like a really big thing that went wrong, basically. And it was the passion and like, was it love right at that moment? Or I think it kind of was love. And we were like, this shit sucks, but I still want to get through it with you.
Yeah.
And so like that was, it was big for me because it's like like seriously, like it's some breakup type shit. Like we should have just cut the. It was only a week or maybe that we had been like officially called ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend. And so I was like, no.
So this is like a week into it, like being official. Something happens, and then it's like we're willing to work through that, stuff like that.
So that was a test.
Yeah,
that was an immediate
that's a test right there.
So it happened early for y'all. You had to get through it.
Yeah, but
it's
been it's been rocky. So, but it's also been great. It's been great.
Why you say it like that? What?
Nah, I mean like it's all relationships are gonna be bad. You can't like. Let's just being realistic.
Yeah, like that's also
their long term is ups and downs.
Yes,
ups and downs. Yes.
All
fairy tale all the time.
Heck no, that's not real.
It's not realistic. Yeah.
Especially we're humans. We gotta remember that. Like
the most perfect couples, they.
That's true.
They're not telling you straight up that there's ups and downs.
I've been in one of those relationships where it looks super great on the outside.
Yeah.
On Instagram it looks perfect.
It's not kosher. Like
that's real. But we've all had that.
Yeah, I've been in that. So that's definitely.
That's big.
Fuck that nigga.
No.
I just saw y'all post.
I feel like, did you have a moment?
No, you just be like, he's fine. You just be like, he I don't know, he's fine. He's like, don't ask me about him. He's not here, so I don't. You gotta ask him.
What the hell with you?
You gotta call him. No.
Always bringing him up.
You know what? For moms, it's the same way with your kid.
Thanks.
Who has the baby? No, I'm home by myself. Okay.
What did Drake say?
I just left the baby in the car.
Yeah, like what?
Okay.
Yeah, I was with this nigga.
Because there's no people ask that. It's like, where do you think the baby is? Like,
and are you gonna take care of them?
Yeah, why you trying to sit?
Okay. So for you, were you ready before you met her? Like, were you looking for a relationship, or were you just in a space of like, whatever happens, happens, or like, were you in a space of like, I'm good, I don't want no relationship?
I think I was more like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And I felt like I learned a lot from my past relationships. And I thought at the moment, like, oh, I'm good. I know everything I need to know. I know how to treat them and blah, 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 da, 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 da. Which isn't true. You learn in your relationship as you go along. And you learn a lot, like, every day.
Yeah, because
so,
we're individuals.
Yeah.
Like,
But I was in that mind state where I felt like, oh, I know everything. I'm good.
Arrogance.
I know how to, yeah, not arrogance, but
Ego. Working out of his ego.
oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it is what it is. I was ready for just to see wherever it goes, you know. And
I'm gonna say, but you definitely had really good, like a good foundation. I would say, like we weren't working hard to build each other up. Like we came with a good enough package. I feel.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Not that much like baggage for real. I was like, why are you laughing at that? You said, sure.
Like I'm laughing on both parties.
No, because literally, like, you'll never go into a relationship baggage free.
Yeah.
Like, I learned that. I used to have this thing in my head where I was like, yo, this is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna get my shit so fucking together. I'm gonna be perfect,
Bro.
okay? I'm gonna be like the most perfect baggage free bitch under the sun.
Right.
And I've had nothing happen to me in my life. I was like, and then I'm gonna do that. And like, my life and God was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's cute.
We can see if it works that way if you want. I mean, I don't think it worked that way though. So then I realized I was like, no, it's not how it works.
It's not a thing. It's not a
You
thing.
can't work on everything before you do anything to do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, that makes perfect sense. I understood exactly what you meant.
Like before I actually do anything, I'm gonna try to do everything now, so I don't have to do anything when I actually try to do something.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how do you relationship goals are really big in our generation, right?
Right.
I personally hate relationship goals. Not like hate them, but I just think they're very like toxic. Like it's not
like living up to a
ridiculous
standard.
Well, I didn't always think that, but now I'm just like, this ain't it. It's not a good idea.
Right.
So I kind of want to just get like your guys' take on it, especially like when you are a couple who's been together a long time. I'm sure you have friends who will make comments of like, oh my god, you guys are goals, and like, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And I know it's like, that's a compliment and whatever, and it's all in jest, but like, kind of. Like you guys said, you've been through some real shit, right? And like you guys are a lovely couple, but that doesn't negate the fact that you've been through real shit, and it's taken real work to get to be a lovely couple. You didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
How do you kind of like communicate that to people, when they do that? And yeah, that's just how I feel. That's my question. I was like, I don't know how to wrap that up, but that's what it is.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
When it comes to it, I mean, I look at it a different way because I have a friend, Kyle, and another friend, Georgia. They've been together for over a decade, for real.
That's real.
They've been together forever, since we were kids. And they're still together, and they're still happy. They still live together. They're still great, you know? So, like, I just feel like if you can make it to that, then that's relationship goals. Like, what we're doing is just, you don't really know what goes on the inside and everything like that. So it's like, you can look at something and be like, oh, this is relationship goals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, you kind of make your own goals for life, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't really like, oh man, it's hard to explain, but it's like, you shouldn't really like envy like anything for real, because you don't really know how it is.
Yeah, well that's kind of like my issue with it, is I feel like it's like, if you're so busy looking at the grass is greener on the other side, like you're not watering or appreciating your own grass.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you, I think, because something I often see is people are more in love with the idea of a partner and an idea of love than they are with an actual partner. So it's like you fantasize these goals of like, we're gonna take these types of pictures together, and holidays are gonna be like this, and we're gonna look so cute in these matching outfits.
I was that person.
You know what I'm saying?
I really
and it's like you think, and I have been too. Like that's you know what I'm saying. And it's like you're just so like, oh my god, this is what it's gonna be like. That it's like it doesn't really matter who it is as long as they can feel that, like, you're gonna do and be in XYZ and it's gonna look like this picture I've created in my head. Which is dangerous, because then it's like, one, you can just be picking like crazy motherfuckers to fit this shell you've built. Or like, two, you know, you're just like not appreciating what you should be appreciating because you're focused on just like this Cinderella story in your head, not really like the person you have. And I think for me, like when I was in a long-term relationship, when shit got like really bad after some years, like that was like a mental escape, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then it's also like not good because you're not really like, you're at that point, it's like, it's like I'm just stuck here and I'm trapped, so I give up, I'm just gonna escape in my head, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're not really doing anything for the relationship so much.
That is true. I see it all the time. I have a friend like that. Yeah. They want the Instagram posts. Yeah. They want the vacation posts and like all the big wedding and the baby before they turn 25, like all sorts of stuff like that. But that's not really realistic for real. Like all of that is like, it can come, but you really have to.
It doesn't come in the order you want it.
Exactly.
I think that's like a big thing with women. We'll be like, I need XYZ from a nigga first.
Yeah, right.
And it's about like, control. Like, that's what I was working with. Yeah. Like, I had to fight through control. Like, you had to realize that every situation that you come up with in your head is not going to go exactly how you think.
Right.
And just letting that go, it's ridiculously hard.
It is. It's so.
No, I deal with that. It's perfect.
How did you do that? Like, how did you, or not even how, but like, what tools did you use to like, when you saw it popping up in your relationship or you felt that urge, like, how did you combat it?
So me and Travis, yes, we have our connection and we're similar, but we're very different. So
so different.
Yeah, I want to say, so what I had to realize is that I come to this table and I think that this should go this way, like that, like this is how this should be done, right? And then he comes at it in a whole different way, and I'm like, what the heck? Where the fuck are you coming from?
Right.
And then it's like, hold up, wait. Show some of that aggression.
Right.
Maybe not come at him like that and be like, hold up, no, you're coming from a whole nother place. This is how you literally see it. You can't see it my way because you're not me. Bro, like when you learning how to let that go, it is so freaking hard. Because all I do is catch myself every time. I'm just like, oh crap, here I am. Actually, let me sit down. What are you talking about? Right. Where are you coming from?
Right. She's gotten like amazing at that. But like it's a thing. We're two different people raised in two different ways. So it's like we see things a different kind of way. We do things a different kind of way on certain things. And we look
on a lot of things.
On a lot of things.
But like it's just like, and also I don't even feel like it has to always be a compromise. It's maybe just do something separate. Like you do it your way, I'll do it my way, and that's okay. But as long as we just keep that respect and that mutual understanding that like, okay, we're different.
Right.
Move on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny how it's like, that is one of the hardest things to do sometimes as a woman, but it's literally the only way to not block your own fucking blessings.
Bro.
It's kind of like, it's like, do you want it or not? Like,
that's close to my heart.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you're just like, I don't want to do this.
Right? No. I can live without it, but
yeah, and then you're like, okay, no, I completely get that. It's because I definitely struggle with that too, but I learned you literally have to like let some of that shit go.
Yeah.
Because you have to appreciate how a relationship naturally progresses.
Yeah.
Right? And like not even just like your relationship even with yourself.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Not even outside of you. Like you have to, if you are always expecting that like Christmas I'm gonna be here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you're having a relationship with yourself that like you might not be there at Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Out right now. I'm a Christmas goal I'm trying to get.
I'll be like that. And I sometimes be like, girl, it's okay. Because I realize like I'll do that to myself and then the time will come and I'll feel weird about myself for like, why don't I feel ready for that right now? Or why don't I want that? Like,
Yeah.
I told myself 6 months ago I was supposed to want this right now. But now I'm here right now and like, that's not really what I want.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but it's like, it would have been better if 6 months ago I just didn't try to predetermine what I was going to want 6 months later. That would have been
I knew that it was going to be changing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have just given myself that little more room.
Yeah.
So I just always think that's like, yeah, that's just a big way we like kind of hurt ourselves sometimes, and it's very difficult though, because I know for myself,
I know,
just
but
can't
like,
control it.
I feel like it's like pushed on us, right? Like social media, like you know, everybody's like, oh, I have this and I have that, and you're like, you don't want to compare yourself, but at the end of the day, like, come on, it's a little bit. You see it. How can you not in the back of your head think about it? So it's like, oh, maybe I need to be doing this. Maybe I need to do that. Trying to raise. Right. It's like we all progress differently.
Yeah.
We all have. Some people might be just slow.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But the fast up.
That's such a statement that you just made. No, because I really struggle so much with that, with being like, you cannot be mad at people for going at their own pace.
Yes,
which is
you have to
slower
respect
than your
their
pace.
pace.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
so much slower.
Like, and just in friendships, in family, and everything.
Yes.
It's really like you literally have to be okay with the fact that this person is slower paced than you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in everything though, because they might have something that they're better at you at. Because like for me, I feel like I am one of the slower ones. I'm like the slower pace. I'm slow but steady, and I'm making my way. Fall back a lot. I fall off a lot, but keep progressing.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost my train of thought.
That happens to me all the time, actually. Yeah, all the time. Okay, great. That's fine. That's why I have an outline on my computer in front of me.
I'm sorry.
No. So you guys didn't end up with a situationship because you were very
Correct.
You were very direct upon what you
Correct.
wanted.
Incredibly direct.
Because I was gonna ask, like, you know, did you guys ever have that phase or whatever? But they did not, because
He wouldn't allow it.
he wasn't with the shits.
He wouldn't allow it.
So now
Straight
everybody who wants to know how do you avoid a situationship, moral of the story, just don't be with the shits, and you will not end up in a situationship.
Be direct.
You just have to say, I'm not going for it.
Yeah. I called her like right after the date, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
So
like,
we had our first date. We went to
some burger place.
We went to. Oh my God. She said she found the best burger in DC.
Mm-hmm.
And
But then I lost it.
She said it was a red building with white in it. I was like, oh, so you went to Five Guys? She's like, no, it's not Five Guys.
It was not Five Guys.
We go to the place. I'm like, oh, check it out. There's a Five Guys here. She's like, no, it's not Five Guys. I'm like, it's in a red building. It's like red and white in there. She's like, yeah.
Building. It's a brick building. I still haven't been back, but I can see it clearly. It's a brick side facing, and then it's like a bunch of gourmet kind of different types of burgers, and they're very specific. Like
it says Five Guys on the top. I'm just saying.
You're the worst.
We never found this place. It's in DuPont Circle, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
She's like, I cannot remember.
There was a roundabout, but I don't remember which one. There's so many roundabouts.
No, you know it's crazy though. Those are like those experiences where it's like you had it once and it was so good and euphoric, and then it's like afterwards, I'm like, fuck, was that a dream? Did that really happen to me? Because I cannot pinpoint it to anything physical, but it feels so real in my mind.
The way she talks about this burger, I want to try this junk, but I'm sure I tried it.
Oh my God.
But like, I need to find this place. Help us out, somebody.
I can see the building. I can see it in my head.
What does it look like?
Guys, send us all your burger.
Yeah, send us your burger places.
Please.
For real. Like,
I gotta find this place again.
So we went there, and then we went to the African.
We went to another place. We went to the African American Museum.
Oh yeah, we went to another place. It was okay.
No.
Yeah, I got sick.
You got food poisoning.
I got food poisoning. Oh my God. But and then we went to the.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
You guys had an eventful first date.
Oh, it was good. It was great.
And then we ended up,
at the African American Museum.
No, that's
After you had food poisoning?
No, he didn't. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen until like
it didn't happen to me
the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, but
it
like
was definitely that place.
we went to the African American Museum. Then we ended up in College Park, and we bought a bottle of tequila and got ice cream and was.
So, what were we doing? This was the first date. We got a bottle and
our way home.
yeah, we sang our way home. We was just playing songs
I don't sing in front of people. I've never felt that comfortable in front of anybody before. And I was singing at the top of my lungs. Couldn't tell me I wasn't Beyonce. And we made it back home.
That's great. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So you knew right after then.
Yeah, so I called her after that, like, yo, so what we doing?
What are we?
So what are we?
So I was like, I don't know, but I like it. Where
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a time for either of you where you felt like ghosting the other one? Clearly you didn't ghost the other one, but like, did that urge ever appear?
No.
Why do you think people ghost people? Sometimes I be having an urge to ghost people. That's I be having an urge to ghost people.
What gives you the urge? That was a big sigh.
You know how many times I just sit in my bathroom with the door locked with my kids screaming on the other side of it, and one of my brothers talking to him and asking me simultaneously some shit.
Yeah.
And then I just sit there and I think, oh wow, I could just run away from you guys.
Facts.
Just go to work today and not come home.
Facts. I need a
And come back in 4 days. And,
tell your kid you off today.
I could leave for a while, maybe.
Hey,
But then I'm like, that's wrong. You cannot ghost your family. That sounds bad.
No.
And those are the moments I think about it most.
Do you? Okay, this might be a little taboo, but I don't know if it's necessarily bad to ghost somebody.
I don't think it is either. Because even when I used to I'm not gonna lie, I used to have a little ghosting phase in my earlier dating days. And first off, you can't ghost the people that you was really seriously fucking with, right?
Yeah.
Because at least for me, I had a thing of dating with kind of crazy niggas in the past.
Yeah.
You can't ghost no crazy nigga. You
Yeah.
will
Pull up
at your house, at your job, bitch. What's up? You want you to fucking ghost me? Open my fucking door right now. So that's dead. That's a go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can ghost people that you went on one date with, 2 dates with. I mean, I think it's kind of sometimes not everybody deserves an explanation.
Yeah.
That's
kind of.
What's a deal breaker that make you ghost somebody?
Okay. There was this one guy that I variously dated. It was like a 3-month, type of getting to know you thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In between another thing.
It happens. It's okay. That's good.
Living my best life.
I was trying. It wasn't, but I was really trying to.
Oh no.
I was like, I'm leaving my nigga and I'm living my best life.
Facts.
So I was trying to, you know what I'm saying?
You working right there.
But he was really the guy was really nice. He was a little older and mature and whatnot, but he was kind of boring.
Okay.
And one night he came to my house for dinner, and I know this is gonna sound so stupid, but this is really what it was.
Okay.
He came to my house for dinner, and then this nigga complained about something, and then
The food?
No.
Oh, I was
Like,
No, that's just about, no.
that would be
what?
too much.
No, that's when
Like
he
juice
went
or
missing.
some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh.
Then this nigga don't smoke, but you know what I'm saying, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like smoking weed and watching Adult Swim or something.
Yeah.
Not Adult Swim. Oh, it was a show on, fuck, I can't remember it right now, but it's saved in my TV and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna insert it in the description here. It's a really good show, guys. It's really trippy.
Okay.
So I was watching this
Is it Rick and Morty?
No, it's not a cartoon. It was it's like this black consciousness mind fuck of a show.
Okay. Don't mean to distract you though. Okay.
It's a really good guy. Okay.
Yeah,
Please
send me
tell
that
us,
link when
please.
you pull that up.
I will. So I'm watching the show. So I'm getting high and I'm watching the show, and he's just talking shit.
About what? About weed?
About the show, and yes. And then he said some shit. He's like, I don't know, I keep believing like this type of stuff in Adult Swim. Like, I just think it's for adults who da. I was like, you know what, sir? He was blowing my high.
Yeah.
Like, go somewhere.
Yeah. So basically, I like in the politest way possible, like kicked him out. Like, I'm about to go to bed. So
I was about to say that. Yeah. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired.
No, not like that. Not like a nigga. More like, I'm about to go to bed, so you should leave.
Yeah.
Like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Be direct.
And
ooh, that's a get out.
yeah, I kicked him out. I sparked up. I finished watching my show.
Yeah, finished watching your show.
I was extremely having a great time after that.
Yeah.
And then I never talked to him again, really. I mean, I clearly, like, he tried to reach out once afterwards, and it was just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, glad all is well.
Okay.
Have a good, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, I have no bad blood for him, but it was just like,
you don't have
we weren't deep, and we weren't even a we.
Yeah.
We were just trying to see if we could be a we.
Yeah.
And I don't really think I need to explain to you that you're annoying and that I don't, like, it's not a good fit. Like, you know you're annoying and it's not a good fit. So.
That's a good way to go.
Like,
Y'all wasn't serious. This was like the first date for real.
No.
The vibes
it wasn't
were
the first date.
nowhere to be found, absent. So.
It was like no, we've been talking for like 3 months. It was like.
Oh, y'all was talking?
We was talking, but I mean, just
but
like, you know,
who comes over and
just
bitches
going
about
on
everything?
dates. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, also, you're not my nigga, so don't do that.
Yeah. Plus,
Like,
plus
Set
don't
those
do that.
boundaries. Yes.
like, also, you're not my nigga.
Yeah.
Facts. It's okay to have standards.
If it's your nigga, then it's a little different, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, kinda, yeah. It's like, I'm gonna kind of deal with this because you're a human and whatever.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna deal with me, but like, if it's just somebody you're seeing, it's like, I did not sign up for this.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, this is going nowhere.
Yeah. But then it also like kind of made me, but I did have like a moment of kind of self-realization within that experience where I was like, why are you emotionally like unavailable and dating anyways? Like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I was emotionally available, I probably would have had a more like understanding, like, you're just an annoying human who's had, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, one, I knew he wasn't the guy for me. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like figuring that out. It was like, you're cool, you're a nice guy, but like, this isn't it.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, it was just like, I'm not emotionally available to be dealing with your shit or anybody's shit right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? And if I am going to deal with somebody's shit, I'm going to deal with somebody's shit who I really feel inclined to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I just had this moment where I was like, fuck, maybe I'm a little bit of the problem here. Because, like, why am I dating this person? And I'm, like, not really emotionally available. And I feel like that's something people do a lot.
True.
Just kind of, like, date to pass time. True.
I was about to say, you feel like you're wasting their time, too? Or,
I feel like I wasted his time a little bit. Only because, like, he's older, and I feel like older guys be more like, he wasn't older, you know what I'm saying? He was like 31 older.
Okay.
But I feel like sometimes, in my experience, a little bit more mature men be a little bit more like, he had kids too and shit, so you know what I mean?
Right,
They're a little bit more like, I got kids, you got kids, like,
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? Their timeline is a little bit quicker.
Yeah, way quicker.
You know, they're more like, whereas in your 20s, you're like, give me a year to figure my shit out.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
that's
6
right.
months to a year to really figure it out.
Yeah.
People in their like mid-30s are like,
Nah.
3 months, are you my girl or nah?
Or nah.
We get engaged or nah? What's poppin'?
Nice.
Like, so I just kind of got that vibe that like maybe he was a little bit more serious-minded than I was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, I'm like, I mean, maybe I wasted your time a little bit, and I'm sorry for that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, it wasn't intentional. It was just like, I didn't realize I had that habit until then.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't until that moment that I was like, oh, fuck. You've been doing this. Like, stop doing this.
Young. I see it happen all the time, for real. For real.
What about those natural tapering off? Like, I feel like one of my ex-best friends, like, we just kind of just tapered off and we just stopped talking slowly. Is that considered
Those are so beautiful.
You
That's
think?
that's a mutual ghost.
Okay.
There's nothing better than a
And a
mutual
mutual
ghost.
ghost is a gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful thing when it happens. Because
That's
it's
true.
like, no hard feelings, you know?
That's true.
It's like,
I'm gravitating away from you.
yeah.
You're gravitating away from me. This is graceful and happening.
Yeah.
I think it's when it's a one-sided ghost where it's like, because there was one guy that I literally went on one date with.
Yeah.
And like we've been texting for a little bit. Not by a little bit, I mean like a month.
Yeah.
Like very casual texting.
Yeah.
And we went on one date, and he like low-key was a little bit crazy.
Okay.
When I like was like, I wasn't even trying to ghost him. I was just trying to get gradual. But he started being crazy, like he was my boyfriend.
Okay.
What?
And mind you, I hadn't slept with this nigga or nothing, so I was very confused. I didn't do nothing with him. Like I didn't even kiss you.
Crazy niggas is gonna be crazy niggas, bruh.
But
They don't have to be.
But sometimes you can give a nigga more of a reason to be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
You can find a crazy nigga and give him more of a reason to be crazy, right?
Yeah.
I had not done that in this situation. I had not given a nigga a reason to be crazy. And so basically when when I kind of started ghosting him, he kind of was like, why the fuck you ghosting me? And like, that was on my ass. Go.
Let me see my son.
Basically blacked on my ass. And like, no, seriously, like, and I was just like, oh shit. But it was like, I was so frustrated in that situation because I was like, bro, I don't owe you a fucking explanation here. Like,
Okay, so
we have mismatched values. Leave me be.
I would argue that applies for everybody.
Yeah, well, women be crazy too.
No, that's not what I'm.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
what we was
that's
doing?
true.
That's not where we was
I
going?
mean, yes.
Because I'm not gonna lie, if a nigga
I was about to
tries
say,
to ghost me,
women be crazy,
flipping the
bruh.
fuck out. I'm not gonna lie. The few times a nigga has tried to ghost me, I'm definitely like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
Like,
you gonna ghost me?
yeah, I'm definitely been
Your man's look better anyway.
I'm
Blah,
definitely been like,
Alright.
oh, word, nigga. Now I think I would just be like, I would let it happen. But in the past, I was definitely like, how motherfucking dare you?
Motherfucking dare you.
Argue that it's okay for anybody to ghost you at any point because you don't know what the heck they're going through.
That's true.
Here's my,
What?
That's
No, please
so
challenge
tough
it
for
because
me.
it's hard.
Because
It's hard.
on one level, I agree with that, and I
Yeah.
believe that we all have this right, this like divine right to our own mental space.
Yes.
But at the same time, I do believe that like in interpersonal relationships, there's also comes this responsibility of communication.
That's fair.
So like, I always use me and one of my best friends as an example, Julia.
Hey, shout out to Julia.
No, I love her so much, but like me and her have a very close relationship. Like we're like sisters, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
And we have these time periods which can last like months at a time.
Yeah.
Where we literally just like cannot be like as
Active.
talky active, like codependency on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
The most, and I tell her this all the time, like something that I think is just so beautiful about our friendship and that I like am so grateful to her about is like how it's taught me about communication and like kind of really showed me that like people who really do want to be a part of your life like will rise to a standard of communication. Because she's forced that out of me of like, huh, bitch, if you want to be my friend, let me tell you how, this is how I communicate, like, this is the communication standard I have, right?
Okay.
And when we go through, either one of us, these time periods where, like, we just can't talk to the other one, she will literally call me and be like, hey, so, like, I just want to tell you, like, what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm really distant right now, and I'm probably going to be for, like, a prolonged, like, I don't know how long period of time.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm in this space right now where I just feel like I can't talk to you or anybody. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to go detail or anything. It's just like, I just want you to know that, like, I love you and, like, what, like, I'm ghosting you, but, like, I'm working through something.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I think is so amazing about that is it allows me to, one, like, not worry about her, and also, two, like, check in on her. Like if I haven't heard from her for a certain amount of time, to be like, hey girl, how you doing? You alive?
Right.
You doing good?
I like that.
You
I want to
right.
incorporate that into my life.
Yeah, so like we'll do that, and then also like it also gives me the ability to not feel like I'm sensitive to her because she's the closest person to me in my life for real. Like she's one of the closest people in my life, if not the closest person in my life. Yeah. So of course I'm sensitive to like I talk to you every day and now I don't talk to you every day for a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like one thing that like she taught me that was so amazing is that like it's okay to take that space for yourself, but also like don't be a dick. Communicate with the people that love you. You know what I'm saying? And like I think that's just something I learned because I used to be especially in relationships, such a like, well, I need to withdraw type person. Like this is just what I need. So like leave me alone about it. We'll talk about it when I'm done, right? But then also that's bad because then like when people do that to me, I would get super infuriated of like, how dare you? Like,
Facts.
Like, how dare you pulling me on me?
Yeah, like what? Like I'm like,
who you think you are, right? And so I've learned through practicing with her how to like be really verbal with like, I'm going to withdraw now, but I just want you to know it's not about you. Or even if it is a little bit about you, like I just want you to know, like this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I love you though, and when I'm done with this, and we'll be back. We'll reconvene. But I'm just gonna let you know right now. For this next month, I'm gonna be a little withdrawn over here. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just think that's so like that would help so many like people feeling a type of way. Because I feel like most of the time people feel a type of way because of miscommunication. Not actually because anything was done to them.
Exactly. It's all in our heads, right? Like we're just making up so many scenarios.
There's so many times you call somebody like with that energy and then they're like, wait, what?
I was not thinking that.
Yeah.
That's not where I was at.
That's not even where I was at.
And it's crazy because that's how me and her like kind of got to developing that. Yeah. Because we would have those moments where like.
Are you mad at me?
No, like me and her, like so a lot of people know, like we used to go on vacation every year together, right? And like by like the 5th day of our vacation, it would be like some small shit happens, just like. Like we're just fucking like arguing, like literally in Vegas in the middle of the casino, arguing with each other. Oh god. I mean we're fine like right afterwards, but for a moment it's like you fucking asshole. Like, how dare you? And we be fighting over shit that don't really make sense.
That's true.
Afterwards, it just be like in the moment, that's what we're mad about. Yeah. But literally, I feel like it's because like we had those like we had to get to a point where it's like, okay, hold on, so we can stop having these blow up arguments with each other. Let us preemptively take space. And let us preemptively talk about why we're taking space before we feel the need to like push the other one across the room to get our space.
See, that's why y'all gonna be friends forever. That's very mature.
She has no choice. She's stuck with me for life.
Aww.
I don't know if she's happy about it. I'm literally like my dream is to buy a block and have all her and Mercedes just live there. Okay. Hey. Just have to be here forever. You can't go anywhere. Literally, she calls me. She's like, "So I think I'm gonna buy a house here." I'm like, "Great. I was looking at that area too." She's like, "I don't think I want to buy there anymore." Well, just let me know where we're living.
Yeah. Just keep me posted.
Right down the street. Yeah, then I can send Justin over there. Like, that's his godmom, so that could be real easy.
Oh wow.
Leave my house. Ride your bike to your godmom's house.
That's so cool.
And then I wouldn't even have to really call and give notice. It's right there. By the time I call, he'll already be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a room.
Hey.
Go down to Julia's house and go get the jelly for this peanut butter. Like just.
You know. So, but yeah, I think like that would just help though. Communication's a big thing. Yeah. That like even with our self-care, it helps people love us better.
Yes, and it's really important in a relationship too. Like if you don't have the communication, then oh my god, the problems are just gonna stack and stack and stack because you're both not hearing each other. you're both not listening.
How do you learn to listen?
It's
Everybody's
hard.
really talking.
It's harder than it seems. But you gotta just get over yourself.
That part.
You gotta get
Wow.
over yourself.
That part.
Yeah, listen.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's all it
Get
really
over
is.
yourself.
But getting over yourself is
Really hard because you
difficult
want
for some
to be a
people.
victim, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a victim.
I can
All the
relate to
time.
that. Like
Yeah.
in an argument, in a relationship, especially when you're like used to having that position, it's
Yeah.
like you almost want to default to it. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
like,
comfortable.
it's
easier.
comfortable. It's like, well, I know how to navigate this space. Like I know how to navigate the space if you did something wrong to me. But
Yeah.
it's like, how do I navigate this space if I'm the one who did something wrong?
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Like-
And that we're not consistent.
Or that no
Right.
one did something wrong.
Right.
You
And
know,
but it
That
builds.
too.
Even
That
crazier,
too.
right?
No, but like we all got that. We all
Right.
believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it builds off of each other. Because you're like, well, you want me to listen to you, but you're not listening to me. And at the same time, it's like, so if nobody's listening to anyone, then no one's going to get anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
And these problems are not going to get solved. You're not going to find a compromise. You're not going to work through it. And like,
Nothing.
a lot of a relationship is listening. You know? It's really important. So, oh my God, sorry. Basically, get over yourself.
Yeah.
Y'all are a team.
Yeah, and
Y'all-
that's what he's brought as his main foundation. Like
Mhm.
he told me from the beginning that we're a team
Team.
and that we're a team
Teamwork.
effort, and we're just
Yes.
gonna keep putting it in together. So,
Exactly.
Yeah,
A relationship is a team. That's your tag team partner.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
and I feel like that's what we've been for each other.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Because if one of you loses, then you, if you're really working together, then you both lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. A L for her is a L for us. Or L
Yeah.
for me is a L for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, kind of help each other.
Other than communication, do you like what would you say is the most important thing in a relationship? Like for you and for you, like what do you think really provides that key to like longevity?
I was thinking. I mean, I feel like it's what we just touched on, which is like I've had to be humble,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't like being humble for nothing.
It's
I
hard.
don't-
It's
you
harder.
never hear that as an answer though. Like
Oh,
I don't,
really?
Yeah, I don't
No,
think I've
that's-
ever heard like humility.
That's me right now, because
Yeah.
it's like, who I know I'm right.
Right.
I know I'm right all the time, and you're really not gonna tell me anything about it. But you can't live that way.
Yeah.
That's actually not the case. You aren't right all the time. No matter how you feel, how strongly you feel about it, like it doesn't matter. So I've had to be humble to take it all, just put it all on the floor, put it all out in the open. Like I've had to be so humble, it's not even funny. It's not even, oh God.
Me too.
But
I'm the same
we
way.
work it out because he doesn't abuse it.
Yeah.
He sees that I'm like at this vulnerable state.
Don't attack when
Yeah.
they're like that. Please don't.
That's the beauty of love, like pure, true,
But
like
it
real
also-
love is like respecting and not abusing.
Respect
that's
is
what, like,
so
Makes
important.
it go so wrong though. Like that's how people that you love can hurt you the worst because
Yes.
they can
Yeah,
understand
if they're
that
abusers,
moment.
they
Yeah.
can, instead of
Mhm.
respecting that moment, they're like, yes, now I have you right where I want you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna
Exactly.
emotionally beat you.
And that's trauma. That's built up trauma,
Yeah.
and you're bringing that, and you reflect back to that, and maybe you're reacting to that trauma as opposed to what's happening in front of your face.
Yeah.
So there's just so many combinations, so many scenarios, but the essence
Yeah.
is humility. Yes. So that's my.
What's yours? I love that. I love that. What's yours?
Oh, I have to agree. That's the same. It's the same thing. It's so true. You have to be humble, and oh my God, don't be petty. No tit for tat, man.
Oh,
Petty.
Yes.
cake.
I'm the
Petty
petty king.
cake.
I
Oh
am the
my
petty
gosh, this
king.
ninja's so
I
petty.
was on my way here today. I'm okay. First of all, I'm in the fast lane, right?
Oh, you're talking about somebody else.
This
I thought you
dude
were
going
talking
mad
about-
slow. So I get in front of him, then I slow. Nah. See how this feels, bro. You see how this feels? It sucks for both of us, doesn't it? Nah, I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes so you can really learn this lesson. Like, but no, you can't do that in a relationship though.
Patty.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, tit for tat is really like. I definitely learned that early in my adulthood. The hard way. That shit will. No, I mean it really like fucks your shit up.
Yes.
And it makes it so that you can never grow as people, as individuals, or as a couple. Because you're constantly stuck in a cycle of like.
Oh, you did this to me?
Hey, I'm trying to grow. But remember, nigga, when you did XYZ 5 months ago? Bitch, I'm trying to grow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that person anymore.
Oh, you changed. Oh, you changed now, nigga.
You still look the same.
Literally.
See how quick he is with this?
Bruh, what?
Oh my God. I've been rehearsing this in my head.
Bro, for years. Oh my God, he's so petty.
Oh my gosh, I'm growing.
Lack of pettiness.
I'm not the same person I was on my way here.
Oh wow. You mean 20 minutes?
So, okay, this is kind of like a black love question because Queen and Slim is out. Have you guys seen it?
No, not yet. My man saw that joint. I wanted to go see with like in a group.
I want to go see it in a group. So
what's good?
Down with that. Because I haven't seen it yet.
Happen.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm super annoying and I don't watch movies that I don't know the plot and ending to.
Really? Oh my God! I hate spoilers.
So
That's
I'm not
my
gonna tell
thing.
you
I
guys,
hate
but
spoilers.
like, I'm like, I think it's an anxiety thing, but I'm literally like, I will not watch this until I know what I'm getting myself into.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my best friend. She does these same exact
I Google
things.
it before I go because I'm
Seriously,
not
Why?
she'll read the
That's
story.
spoilers
watching
for
it
you.
unless I
That's how she
am
watches movies.
fully
That's how she does
decided
it. I
that
understand.
I'm willing to commit 2 hours of my life to this immersion.
As long as
An
you don't
alternate
spoil it for
reality.
everybody else, I don't care.
This
Like,
is
my
one of the
best
things-
friend is the same exact way.
This is one of the things we will never agree on. I cannot see it that way. I have no idea why people would do that.
The
Like,
thought of
don't
not
you
knowing
wanna-
makes me uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even watch
Makes me so
trailers.
Like,
if
I
I
can't
know it's
even
gonna be
enjoy
good,
it.
I just don't watch
Really?
it.
Yeah, I'll literally the whole time just be anxious of like,
Yeah, okay.
She's like that
it's an anxiety thing.
But I don't look up stuff.
I have to know.
You're talking about with horror movies.
Horror movies. Oh my
I
God.
don't even watch horror movies.
She would sometimes scroll to the
Get to
end
the end.
to see how it
I
ends,
will
just to see if she would watch this horror
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand with horror movies, but there's specific horror movies. I don't deal with spirits.
That's
Yeah,
I don't
my
deal
favorite
with
kind.
spirits. I
That's
just
my-
don't. I don't.
We
play
have to
with that.
we compromise
Hard
there.
rule
That's
in
my
house.
favorite.
Yes.
There's a hard rule in
What's
my
the
house
rule?
that
What's the
all the kids in my house
What's the rule?
you will not watch no devil shit in my house.
No,
You
but
will
that's
not bring no devil shit in my house.
absolutely not.
That's the
When
best
they
kind
come
of horror
in the house,
movie.
there's usually stage like you,
Bro,
your friends, all of it. No, seriously, they think me and my mom are crazy, but like I got holy
Absolutely
water in
not.
my house. I got
You do?
Yes.
Like actually blessed
Yes.
water?
yes,
That's
I have
fire.
a bottle of holy water. My mom like goes to the church shit, like she goes to the church, gets
Yeah.
blessed.
Mom goes to the church shit.
No, it's like I don't know how she does it, but she like goes to the pastor, like she goes.
They
bless
you have to have
And
it
she
blessed
like
by
asks
like
them,
yeah.
and she literally gets like big bottles of holy water blessed. She gets big bottles of holy water blessed and then brings them to the house.
Can you give me some?
Yeah, and then I sprinkle it upon my brothers. I sprinkle it upon the entrances.
That's fire.
I pray over them with it.
Do you ever do
No devil shit coming to my house.
what's the burn sage? Do you burn sage?
Yeah, every day.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm very like.
oh wow.
I'm like y'all niggas shall not. My house is my little sanctuary. It's
I
my
get that.
energy space. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that.
I need my
I love
like.
that. That's what it should
That's
be.
your
I'm sensitive to
sanctuary.
energy, and I
Yeah.
like to come home and have it's the one space I can't control, so I'm gonna control it. I pay the bills there for that reason.
Facts.
So like
Well,
because of that, yeah, I'm very like, but I'm really against like any spirit horror movies being watched in my house. It's a huge rule. When I was out of town once, my brother watched one.
Mm-hmm. You hit him with the holy water.
The thing is,
I was in the house like, no, we prayed over all of this.
I
Can't
will watch
believe you.
them. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not going to investigate. I'm not gonna look up if the story's true. I'm not gonna look up the monster. Nothing like that. Now, give me on some serial killers though.
Oh no!
Violence is okay with me.
Gore.
Human on human violence and gore is fine with me.
I hate gore. That's my thing.
It's
I
so
love
interesting.
I will watch
spirits,
it.
demons stuff,
But,
because that
like-
stuff is actually scary to me. You know?
I know it's real. But
It's
like, that's
real. It's real. These
interesting
are
to
based
me.
on real stories.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
real
I
interesting
don't
to
want
me.
to invite no real demons up into
I
my
know.
life.
That's scary, right? It's scary. That's the point. But gore, oh my god, I hate gore.
No, I can do
That's
it.
when I'm
I
like-
can do a serial killer. Yeah, no, like I'll watch a serial killer show or movie or
When they
whatever.
start stabbing them, oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
man. I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate that.
It's so funny. Okay, well the reason I brought up Clean and Slim is just because not for spoilers or
That's
anything,
so sidetracked.
but just because it's like it's a depiction of this like ride or die Bonnie and Clyde type black love, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I low key feel like on one level, like I think a lot of people, you know, fantasize that in a way. Like you wanna, cause you know, black love's kind of, I don't wanna say taboo, but it has like a stereotype around it. You know what I mean? So to fantasize that there's this like undying, like can do no wrong, almost worship like, which is unhealthy.
Yeah. No, true.
Love, right? Like that's kind of like this fantasy. So I kind of just wanted to get your takes as a black couple and as a young black couple in today's day and age and today's like just kind of like racial climate and social climate, like how you kind of feel about that idealization and like just that like I don't know what it is, like archetype or you know what I mean, like just that like Bonnie and Clyde ride or die type thing, because I think the ride or die type thing can kind of be a little toxic at times, like that's my personal thing with it. But it's like crazy because I know I'm a ride or die type of person.
Yeah,
and I'm a ride or die.
I'm
a ride or die type of love type of bitch.
Mhm.
But I'm also like ride or die, but like don't ask me that.
Yeah.
Like
I'm ride or die, but don't ask me
But if
that.
you really love me, you're not gonna put me in a situation where I'm gonna die.
That part.
I think that's it. I think that's it. But that's really what it is. You know what I mean? When we saw the trailer, the first time we saw Queen and Slim trailer, she looked at me like, "Will we do that?"
I was curious.
No, literally, but I had the same first reaction. Like the minute I saw it, I was like, I need me a nigga who go on the road.
She
He's
said,
police.
She looked at me in the eyes and was like, "Can you do that with me?"
Yes.
I was like, yes, we can.
Yeah, I would do
Well, I
that.
feel like it's interesting because, like, as a black couple, it sounds jokish, but that kind of is a reality you do have to, at least at some point in your mind, go over once. Of like, if shit really do hit the fan, can this nigga ride out into this? Because black bodies are not safe at all times in this country.
No, not at all times.
And you know what I mean? And like there will be, as a black woman, moments where like he will have to protect you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Throughout your existence together as a couple. So it's like, it's interesting because it's crazy that people have to kind of think about that, but like you do kind of have to think about like if we get pulled over and a cop tries to kill one of us, like how we about to handle this, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what we gonna do? But it's crazy because it's like you really about to go on a run with this, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to like think about that.
Yeah, that's why we really need to set this group, Jonah.
Go
see this movie.
I was supposed to go
Yeah,
to
we're
work
serious.
on Thursday, but JJ was sick, so yeah, we can do like a group. I want to do like a group thing and then talk about it afterwards.
Yes. No, that would be
Podcast
dope. Like,
about it.
nice little dinner.
Yeah, literally like movies and dinner, and then over dinner we just like,
Yeah.
how do we feel about this movie?
I love
Did
stuff
you
like
say
that.
Thursday? Because I'm actually good on Thursday if you are.
Oh,
or we can do it like
we can look
on
at
one of these
Thursday.
weekends.
I was supposed to do last Thursday, but this Thursday might work too. So let's.
I was about to say that's straight for me.
Thursdays are.
Yes, Thursdays are good for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can. Yeah. We'll get together. That's good.
No, seriously.
Yeah, we're
We'll
serious.
Make it,
Like,
we make it happen.
yeah, and Kyle in Georgia, we're gonna have to move too.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes.
10 years.
Okay. The last, really, I don't have that many more questions. You guys are really good with my questions.
Oh wow,
Appreciate
we're
it.
so honored to be here. Though.
No,
honored to have
seriously.
you.
Like, oh
Thank
my God,
you
this
for
podcast
including us
is
in this.
amazing for real. We were talking about, we were having a discussion about the last podcast as well. We were having some questions. The thing is, it tied into one of the things that I have a problem with. I have this thing
really
where.
quick, guys. If
Sorry.
you didn't listen to the last episode, not the last, but like 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Yeah.
The episode on sex called Sex Talk, which was amazing. So you should go check it out.
Yes.
Travis was on the episode dropping gems,
Hey.
spitting real facts.
Find out if a hoe phase is a hoe phase.
And how to answer what are we. Also, there's a lot of shit in there.
There's a lot. There's a
And
lot.
since we're on the topic, if you go to the Patreon account, by the time this episode is posted, there will be an extended, uncut version of that episode posted that you can access with your Patreon membership. Thank you.
Exactly. Also, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Anyways, now enough of the promo. After that episode, they had a conversation about it as a couple, which I thought was super cool because I like stuff like that. Maybe I'm a narcissist. Who the fuck knows?
Nah, it's not. It wasn't just us. Like
But
everybody
they
I
had-
spoke to, we were having conversations about like, hey, I heard the podcast, blah blah blah. Like, da da da. Like, she's asking me questions and we was
Yeah,
talking
so that's
about
the
it.
background on this, just so you guys aren't confused. So like that's the background on this. We're referring to that sex episode, so go check it out if you didn't.
Right. So I have this thing where I feel like a question has an either a yes or no answer. It's either yes
Okay.
or it's no.
Okay.
And I never leave room for like a gray area. And that's like
Never.
an issue
Why?
that we have in our.
Cause that's just how he see. He literally.
Well,
sees
why
it.
don't you leave the room?
I don't know. Cause I'll ask her a question. I can't think of an example right now,
It's
but
okay.
I'm trying to
No, I
think
get
of
what
one.
you're saying though, but I know for myself at least the reason I ask that when I don't leave like gray area, it's for a reason of like I don't want you to have any gray area with this. I said,
Yeah,
I said.
But like, there's
It's
so.
I'll be like, are we blah blah blah? And she'll be like, I mean, nah, nah, nah. I'm like, wait, hold on. No, are we blah blah blah?
but I
She'll
also
be like,
get that,
nah, nah,
yeah.
nah. I'm like, I feel like you're not answering my question.
Yeah.
He'll ask me questions like, you can't always be for sure. Cause like I just understand myself, and I know that 1 second I'm not thinking the same way I was before. Like,
How, okay, can I ask right quick, how the fuck do y'all cope with that as a couple? Because I'm very I think I'm similar to you in the way that I'm very I need direct
That's more a no.
motherfucking
Yeah, it's
answer.
like-
Is we doing this or not?
Yeah.
I will skirt off real quick if you leave gray area.
Yeah, it's
Let
like,
me know.
is it yes or no? Like,
It makes
what is
me-
this answer you
It
gave
makes
me?
wild anxious.
That's not a yes
But
or
at
a
the
no.
same time, I also understand on the other side of things where people are like, yo,
it's just
the
not
whole
them.
point of this is to be figuring it out, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. And it's
Yeah.
like, why can't you just know now so that I don't have to do me? You know?
Right.
But it's also like, I understand that,
You
right?
have to let people get
How-
there. You have to expand or go somewhere else. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
give them the
how do you
opportunity.
deal with that?
I
Because you
was-
guys
I
have dealt with
think-
it you guys have made it
I
at
think-
work.
I think that I had to work on myself to start actually acknowledging the gray area and like accepting that as an answer.
And being comfortable in it.
And being comfortable in it, and you know how it is. It's hard. It's
My
like
leg is shaking just
man.
thinking about
I
it.
know. It sucks.
Like,
It sucks because you want that yes or no, but that's
Also, 'cause
not
I
the
feel
case
like-
for every
'cause-
question.
'cause I feel
appreciate
so,
you
like-
meeting me there, babe. I really do.
I feel like gray areas for me, gray areas is a thing of like it's a trigger because it makes me feel like
You're uncertain.
you're uncertain and I'm finna get played. So
Right.
like now I gotta find a way in my mind to play your dumb ass before you play my dumb ass. I don't even wanna play this game to start with, but now you're making me do some shit I ain't really want to do.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's like, that shit makes me, it triggers something so like
Is that them?
not okay.
Or is that your past trauma speaking?
See,
I know
That's
it's
the
past.
problem.
I know it is.
It has,
But
you
it's
have to
still
get-
like,
you have
it's
to
still
clean
just
that
like,
up.
fuck, like,
You can't inflict that on everybody because they're never gonna meet that standard.
It's just
They
like,
ha-
fuck, why?
Yeah, it's
why
like,
area?
right, when you ask me something, I give you an answer.
But even
Or I
then, I
just avoid
challenge them.
answering altogether.
Ooh, she called you out.
Wait,
She called you out. She
Say that
called you
one more
out.
time.
When people ask me questions that I'm not prepared to answer, I avoid answering the question altogether.
Called him.
I'm super direct and I expect super direct answers, but if I can't provide a super direct answer, like, if I can't provide a super direct answer, I just...
Hey.
I
We're not talking about all that.
Avoiding it right now.
We're not
Avoiding it
talking
right
about
now.
that right
See?
now.
That's a
So yeah,
problem.
basically black love, you know.
Hey.
It's beautiful. It's out here.
Ooh, she called you
You
out.
can do it.
But
See,
no, seriously,
no.
that's something that
You gotta not. If you don't have an answer, that's okay. But give your thoughts, give what you're thinking right now, and just know that we can understand that it might change. You might change your mind at any point. That's
Yeah,
okay.
that is true.
I hate the
That's
changing of
okay.
the mind.
That's okay though.
I know it is, but I still hate it. I know it is. I still hate it. Like, don't change your mind. I'm phenomenal. You should just know you want to be here.
Yeah.
Because I'm great, okay? Thanks.
So I felt so she did point that out to me that I was doing that on a certain topic during the podcast.
Was it the what are we whenever? Because I think there was a point where we were all talking about like, no, we just need to know right away.
Yeah, I think so.
It was
we were like, you
that.
better tell us what the fuck we are. Or
Yeah, I was
So,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
It
I
was
was like,
that. And
there was another part, right?
yeah, there's another part. When we were talking about how we were talking about man, my bad guys. We were talking about how men like what is considered like I think we were talking about like the whole phase again. And we were talking about how like man, I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I know, right? Yeah, we were talking about
about men sleeping with people.
Yes, and then you were telling me like it's more like a thing because men have the power and we're like we have.
Oh, he didn't understand. Okay.
Yeah, can you help me with this?
Yeah, he didn't understand where you were coming from, where men have that inherent privilege, basically.
Yeah, we have the privilege and
be hoes and
to be hoes and
and
stuff
do
like
whatever
that.
the heck they
The
want.
only people who have privilege to be hoes and do whatever they want is men and white women. That's it. That's the two groups.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, men get to have hoe phases in their teens and 20s.
Yeah.
And then they choose one girl finally. They marry her, they have some kids, now they're good family men. It's all good.
They keep
That
the cycle going
well,
because they never learn.
but that stigma there's no like
Nothing.
it's no like you cuffed a
Nothing.
hoe like shorty you really married him. That doesn't come with that. White women get it too. That's why I said it, because I'm gonna call it like it is. It's true. White women get that too. They can be as girls gone wild as they want.
Exactly.
And then they graduate college. They go into the professional world. They clean up their fucking acts. And they get married and they have some kids and now they're Becky the soccer mom.
Right.
No one gives a fuck that her titties are on Miami Spring Break 2009.
Nope.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Black women in particular, we don't have that privilege.
No.
Not for
You
a
will
second.
be 45, and I know we all have even heard this even probably in our own families, you know what I mean? There's that woman who's 45, 50, married with 3 kids, but there's some dumbass uncle who's like, yeah, I heard back in the day such and such. Yeah, she was gone back then. I heard she was thirsty for such and such.
Right.
She is a 50-year-old woman with 3
care.
motherfucking kids who doesn't give a fuck about your raggedy old ass. And you talking about some shit from when she was 17.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
it's
And it stays
relevant.
with them. And it stays with
And it
them
stays
forever.
and it stays with us. It carries with us. So I
Mhm.
feel like there's whole phases. It's different. It's different when you got different parameters in society.
Right.
The reason
Exactly.
why I resonated so much is because like I'm very, very comfortable with my sexuality, and like so I just explored and I tried different things, but it's
Yeah.
like there's certain stigmas that are attached with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're not gonna box me in.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But no matter whether I say that or not versus what everybody else says or what anybody could say, it's not gonna match up.
Right, and that's so difficult about it. Cause
Yeah.
it's like that's what I think. Yeah, because you asked me, you're like, is it really a hope? And I was like, well, I just call it that because I know it's what other people would call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like I don't really feel no shame in my game. You feel me?
I don't take offense.
But at
the end of the day, yeah, it's like I know like. People call it, you know what I'm saying? A whole phase is what it is. So
I
it's
feel like a whole phase is
like
just
whatever.
the name of what it is.
It's
but
so much more attached. There's so much more attached.
Well, I think I say it
I don't
in
really think
jest,
it's
but like for women, I think there is a stigma attached to that.
Yeah.
Because men do, at least I feel like it's changing in our generation, but I feel like definitely if you hear like a lot of the older generations, how much men value women who didn't have a whole phase. Which is really fucking sick when you think about it. How much men are saying, I value a woman who missed critical experience in her life before me because it has made her more susceptible and like to my fucking bullshit because she doesn't have anything, she has nothing to weigh it against because she literally missed like critical learning, growing human experience.
Right.
But like I value her higher than the woman who did have the experience because the woman who does have experience saw enough dumb niggas like me to know what the fuck I'm doing. Where it's
and call you out for it, hold you accountable.
It's so sick, but like it's so sick. But it's like it's true. You know what I mean? There is that thing of like. I was even watching the Black Love documentary and this older couple, you know, because it's a bunch of black couples from all different, married a year to married 67, you know, whatever. And this one couple, he's like, you know, because she ain't had no hoochie in her. Most women, you know, they act like they not hoochie.
He said she ain't had no hoochie in her. He a 70s
He
player.
He said, you know, she ain't had no hoochie in her. Ain't had no hoochie in them. And then, you know, the little hoochie pop up over time.
I see the little hoochie come out of it.
Little hoochie pop up
I
over
said,
time.
oh, sucking.
And that's just coming to my mind because I just watched that motherfucker episode. But it's like, you know, it's just like literally like that's kind of what we're talking about. It's like that, like, it's wild that that's like a determining fact. When it's like, I told it to my younger brother once when he was like becoming a young man and shit. And I was like, dude, a body count doesn't really like matter. Well, here's the thing. I'm also one, as we know from the sex episode, to be like, don't be all frivolous with your sexual energy, just out here wilding and like, because you protect yourself, like protect your sacred energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like we should be responsible with it, and as we get older, we learn to be responsible with it more so and more controlled with it. But at the same time, it's like I was telling him, I was like, bro, a body count doesn't matter because if you're literally if you saw value in her before you knew her body count and it changes after, like nothing really changes about who she is.
Yeah, because at the same time, it's like different paces. Like you might have discovered that sex is sacred for you at your age.
Yeah.
Somebody else might have learned a little bit later or thought of it differently.
Or
and been like, actually, I don't care if I
and also some people just can't get laid and they be mad.
Huh?
Some people can't get laid and they be mad.
Ooh.
Call them out.
Like, also, some of y'all just aren't getting laid.
Somebody listening right now is tight.
Butt hurt. Booty clench.
No, but seriously, because like I've been in an experience like that where it was like the person was literally mad that I like had sex before them, but they also weren't a virgin, and I was just like, I'm clearly.
How old were you?
We were young.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
I bet you now there's still
we were young,
out there.
but it was just a thing of like, it was like
it's true.
They were mad because I don't even think I had more sex than them before them, or maybe it was like a little bit more, like you know what I'm saying, like you had this much sex, I had like real, but it was. But
they were mad though.
It was a huge like.
You made it a big deal.
It was a huge issue throughout our relationship, and yeah, it was just always like, and then at some point it was like, I think you're just mad that like I was popping in high school and like I was a baddie and you were fucking not getting bitches. Like, this isn't my fault, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this don't got shit to do with me, okay? Like, I don't know why I'm being punished for being cute. Bullshit.
Call them out.
So, you know.
No, that's
really a
That's
thing.
real.
It's
But
really a thing.
yeah, there's definitely different stigmas to it. Like we really do have a lot of leeway, which is I don't think we should take it from men, because I do think we talked about that in that episode about like how there's like you were like, do y'all want us to be hoes or do you want us to just stop slut shaming? And we were
Yeah,
both.
that's what it
We
was.
want
That's
you to
what
not
I was.
be hoes,
I was like,
and
wait,
we want you to
so
not slut shame
are
us.
we hoes or are we just
No.
are we hoes and not slut shaming or do we
It's
not be
our
hoes?
time to shine.
Right?
It is y'all's time.
To
Fucking
chill?
Yes.
Why can't we all flourish together? Just come up and
It's been too long.
we're learning too.
Yeah, that's nice.
Here's the
We're
thing, I do
learning.
think
We're
everybody
learning.
should
Whole
be-
phases are not just for women; they're for men.
You know what's
too.
crazy though? I feel like our society's going through this like shift where we like swing from. My mom always says that like for things to find balance in life, the pendulum has to swing both ways first, right? Like, so you know what a pendulum is, like the weighing thing.
Yeah,
Right?
I know what you mean.
Right. So like it can't get to its center until it's gone to each extreme and then kind of slow down and like hit center. So I kind of feel like with this topic, we're kind of like at that point in our society where we've had like the super puritanical like extreme. But even if you look at the history of humans before that, humans were kind of freaky deaky back in the like in
No,
the
none of this is
the
new.
ancient Greeks,
None of
and
this is
shit.
new.
That was
I was
it.
gonna say, what's
There
the
was-
Indian book called? The one with all the
Kama
sex-
Sutra,
Yeah, people have been
yeah.
getting it in forever. So I kind of feel like we've gone to like we keep going through these like extremes of like super horny sexual, like, because also we can't
And
say like the
connected.
super freaky days were also great, like, because at the same time the Kama Sutra was wrote, there was also a huge issue with young male prostitution.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'm like all these
It's
things
extreme.
come with
It's
all
extreme.
these things come with their goods and bads.
Yes.
So like we had that, and then we shifted to like the super puritanical, like, don't even enjoy sex with your husband. Okay?
Bruh.
You better not
Cover
like
your
that
elbows, cover your knees, cover your ankles.
shit. Don't you know? Don't you like it? Blank face it.
What was it? I was just at a wedding and my
Bored.
cousin was like, yo, the nuns would tell them that if they had wore ankle socks, they would get pregnant. That's what my cousin
Yes,
told
because the
me.
men gonna see your skin and just gonna just.
Just lose their shit.
Ankles!
She had to wear knee socks. I was like, you're wild. Like,
Knee socks.
yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we had
As if there
that.
aren't like school girl fetishes.
Right.
But we're not
Right,
gonna
you're
talk
like, this is
I'm a
There's
man of
every
business.
fetish.
But then, like, I feel like now, like, in our generation, we kind of had, like, or, like, not even ours, but, like, the past few generations, we've had kind of, like, free love, but then also still, like, the puritanical shit, like, so I feel like we're starting to, like, come to a balance of, like, healthy, like, sex positive,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, people be responsible and healthy,
Exactly.
Yeah.
but also consent and pleasure.
Yes,
Yes,
all of that.
yes.
Also-
It's a doable package. It is.
Right. So,
So things are looking up. That's good.
We on our way.
We're on our
I got some little.
We got a lot of work to do.
to
Oh,
close
yes.
this out, I did want to ask the final question. If you could define dating as a millennial in like 1 to 3 words, what's your take on it? How would you define it?
Give me a second. That's hard.
Yeah, 1 to 3 words.
I just said
Dating
I
as a millennial.
deal in the gray area. I'm over here like, oh my god, I got a book for you. But,
I would say, shoot, effort. Well, actually, you go first. This is hard. 3 words.
Partnership. Come on, that can go in there.
Effort,
Effort, sure, yeah.
partnership, definitely. Yeah, because like the teamwork is definitely important.
And then
Compromise.
I don't know if I would put that because it's like it doesn't always have to be a compromise. I have to do my own thing.
I'll compromise with you on that.
I love that.
Hey!
That's me being petty.
Oh my come on! Oh my gosh!
Better be right.
control.
Oh my God.
I need control. Fun? Is that?
Fun.
Oh, I love that.
Fun, yes.
Yeah.
I like
It has to be fun.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
It's very important. Mine would be an opportunity for healing.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's, you can heal yourself.
Yeah.
Not at the expense of other people, though. People. I'm just going to close it on that note. Because I don't want any assholes to be like, someone gave me this advice. And then do the wrong thing, you know? Well, that brings us to a wrap for today. Thank you so much, guys, for sitting down with me.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. Go check out her art.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
posted some, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
please tell them where they can find you. I know we didn't have much time, but she's a dope artist. You do like
Aw.
sketches mostly, right?
I do a little bit of everything. I'm on a journey right now, discovery. So.
I
Yeah,
really
she
love it.
sculpts too. That
Oh,
I
was
do,
crazy.
I do
That's
everything. I
amazing.
paint, I draw, I sculpt, I do body painting. Right now, I'm trying to figure it out and figure out what my journey is, and I'm just having fun with it.
I love it. Her shit really resonated with me, guys, because it was it's like beautiful. I really love the woman, the female figure, but I also really love how you do like a very realistic, beautiful depiction of it. Like
Yes.
you do like
Me too.
the woman figure like in its imperfect glory,
Yeah.
but like the light you shine on it is very like pure and beautiful and not
Wow.
overly sexual,
Yeah.
and it really resonated with me because I was just
I-
like, this is really gorgeous. Like,
I really appreciate
because a lot of times
that.
when you see like the
Thank
female
you.
form in a very like it's either like in that hyper idealistic
Yeah.
form or like hyper sexualized
Yeah.
in its natural form, and I
Yeah.
thought
Facts.
your depiction of it was just like really purely woman of
Yeah.
like, I am a woman and this is how I feel as a woman and how I
Yeah.
see other women, and like
It's what
So
a real woman
weird.
looks like.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
real
so-
woman.
I've literally been dealing with this topic since high school.
Yeah.
I've been talking about the beauty and the mind, body, and soul of Black women. And I've just been constantly involving that and trying to transform it and figure out different ways. And I'm so glad that this is what y'all are getting from this, because like that's my intention.
It
It's to
shows
show
in
that
the work.
empowerment.
It
to
shows
that
in your
power.
work. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So you can find me on Instagram at Imani Bell and Imani_Bell_.
I will put it in the description for this, so there's like all the information on where to. Is there anywhere that you can like purchase your work?
Oh, my website's in the bio.
Okay,
So-
perfect. So I'll also put her website in the description, and of course, you know where to find this man.
Yes, of course.
Let's get the
Mixtape
feel.
is out now, bruh. Go check that joint
He
out.
had a performance recently.
I did have a performance. You can see that as well on my
Second one,
Instagram.
right?
It's my second performance. I have a third one coming up real soon. I'm gonna keep y'all hip, of course. All you gotta do is follow me at Sir Sinclair, SINCLAIRR on Instagram. Follow me. Also on Twitter. Dark Jermaine. I'm Dark Skin Jermaine. Check out my mixtape. It's called You're Not Gonna Like It. It's fire.
Thank you so much for having us. Seriously.
Thank
I
you
really
guys for
appreciate
doing
it.
Yo, you're the best. Thank you so much for this.
Seriously.
Live from the
Thank you
Backseat.
guys for listening, as always. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Please, if you haven't done so, go check out my Patreon page. I'm just going to be posting like exclusive stuff there. There's an exclusive episode there that's free right now. It's very short. It deals with anxiety. I'm going to post, there's the extended version of that sex episode available as well there. But yeah, I'm just going to be posting like some more exclusive content, probably the behind the scenes video footage of this interview as well on there. So you definitely want to check that out. Yeah, check that out. Support your girl. It'll help me bring like free events and just like fun shit to you guys.
Hey.
Cause I'm a single mom and podcasting ain't free and or cheap and or easy.
Let them know.
Right? Tell them.
I still need to get paid.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
job does not understand how I need more money. Podcast and my life. So here we are.
on.
So yeah, seriously. But as always, thank you guys for rocking with me. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in for Live from the Backseat. Have a great day.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Peace.